श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवान की जय। अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराज की जय। गुणातीतानंद स्वामी महाराज की जय। भगत जी महाराज की जय। शास्त्री जी महाराज की जय। योगी जी महाराज की जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज की जय। महंत स्वामी महाराज की जय। प्रमुख स्वामी महाराज शताब्दी महोत्सव की जय। अक्षरधाम महोत्सव की जय। The year was 1988. Pramukh Swami Maharaj was doing Vicharan outside of India. Once Swami was sitting in his bedroom, and a few santos were in his room. They were having a light discussion. And then the phone rang. It was Puja Ishwar Charan Swami. He was calling from India. So he had a private matter to discuss with Swami Shri. Swami got up, and he went to the bathroom to take the call. A few minutes passed, and then he returned to his room, and he sat down with the santos again. And immediately the santos, they commented that, Swami, if you needed to talk privately, we would have gladly left the room. Why did you get up and leave? You're our guru. We should be the ones who get up and leave. Swami replied that he didn't want to trouble anyone. The Satpurush never makes anyone feel smaller than him. He elevates them. He gives them total and complete respect. Respect is not making people feel like they're beneath us. Respect is treating someone with kindness, with courtesy, having due regard for their opinions, their wishes, their feelings. Respect is admiring someone for who they are and admiring someone despite who they are. Respect is a value that is embodied by our gurus. It is essential to our satsang. Today, let's introspect. Let's look at 3 ways that we can be more respectful in our life. Firstly, we should make sure to respect Bhagwan and the Sant, Maharaj and Swami, our God, our Ishtadev, and our Guru. Shriji Maharaj says in Vachanamrut Gadra section 1 number 78 that God, who is normally imperceptible, out of compassion becomes perceptible to us. What does this mean for us? Whenever we offer devotion, our bhakti, to Maharaj and Swami, through things like doing darshan on Sundays when we come to the mandir, doing daily arti ashtak danvat pradakshina, doing daily puja every morning, offering tar in our ghar mandir. During these times, out of compassion, God comes specially to accept our devotion. During these moments, 5 things help us with our respect for God: our mahima, our humility, our focus, our sincerity, and our attention to subtle details. In 1961, Yogiji Maharaj was in Gondal, and one night he asked Yogeshwar Swami, "What did you offer for dinner to Thakurji up in the mandir?" "We offered puri, milk, and shak, the same as every day." "Okay, but what shak did you cook, and what did you offer to God?" "We offered saragwana singnu shak," the santos said. Saragwa are vegetable drumsticks that are cooked in lentil gravy and eaten as a Gujarati sabji. So Yogiji Maharaj explained, don't offer saragwa for dinner. Saragwa takes a long time to eat for anyone. Traditionally, the duration of tar during lunchtime is longer. The duration of tar during dinner time is shorter. So give Bhagwan enough time to eat. Always offer saragwa for lunch. Subtlety, mahima, humility, focus, and sincerity. We need that in our bhakti. It helps us to be respectful to Bhagwan. Over the past few weeks, we've sent out a survey asking Kishore Kishori of North America about imbibing the value of respect in their lives. One question that was asked was regarding doing darshan as soon as we arrive at the mandir. Of the responses that was received, 65% of Kishore Kishori said that they always go for darshan as soon as they come. 23% say they frequently go for darshan. 9% say they sometimes go. And 3% almost never go for darshan upon arriving. The most common reasons for not going was being late for sabha or seva, poor time management, poorly managing priorities, being lazy, not feeling in the mood, and socializing with our friends during those times. Many Kishore Kishori acknowledged that when they do darshan, they often rush through darshan as well. Let's listen to some practical insights from Jay Patel. Jay is a Satsangi college student at UCLA.
In the summer of 2017, Mahant Swami Maharaj was in Los Angeles. On August 6th, Swamiji went up to the mandir for darshan. It was the month of Hindordo Parva, and so Thakurji was placed on a beautifully decorated Hindordo. As Swamiji was doing darshan of Thakurji, he noticed that the string attached to the Hindordo was touching the floor. Seeing this, he picked up the string and tucked it away so that it would no longer touch the floor. Seeing this, the Santas asked Swamiji what he was doing. Swamiji replied, "The string of Maharaj's Hindordo should not touch the floor that we walk on." The level of respect that the Satpurush has for Thakurji's Murti is the same level of Mahima he has for Bhagwan himself. This same level of Mahima is something I need to incorporate in my own Bhakti. Mahima Sahit Bhakti prevents my own Bhakti from being mechanical. Whether it's going to Mandir on a Sunday and doing darshan of the Murtis, or doing Anit in front of my Ghar Mandir, having respect for Maharaj means staying focused and making sure your Bhakti remains meaningful. If I lose focus and my Bhakti becomes mechanical, then I'm being disrespectful to Maharaj. For example, let's say I go to Mandir on a Sunday and I forget to do darshan of the Murtis. It's like going to a friend's house for a get-together and not saying hi to the host while you're there.
Secondly, we also need to work on being respectful towards each other. Being respectful towards other baraks, kishores, yuvaks, and Hari Bhakto. Shiji Maharaj says in the Vachramrut, Gadara section 1, number 62, God is present in everyone as Antaryami. Therefore, insulting a devotee amounts to insulting God. The Satpurush is a living, breathing embodiment of the Shastras. For him, God resides in everything, and so he respects everything. God resides in everyone, and so he respects everyone. Every night, when we tune in, we see Mahant Swami Maharaj do his puja. As he finishes his puja, after he reads his Shiksha Patri, he folds his hands, and he says, Jai Swaminarayan, with utmost respect. He is seeing Parabrahm in all of the Santos and Hari Bhaktos. Respecting each other happens when we acknowledge that God is in everyone's heart. Another question in the survey was how and why we respect or disrespect each other. The answers included being jealous of others because they have what we don't. Judging and labeling people negatively without even getting to know them first. Sometimes judging and labeling people because of what we know about them. Let's listen to Rajbhai Itwara. Rajbhai is a college kishore who also attends the mandir in Los Angeles and studies at UCLA.
The date was August 12th, 2017, and Mahant Swami Maharaj was in Houston. While he was eating breakfast, Swamiji told all the Haribhaktos that a lot of times when we refer to little baraks, we use these demeaning nicknames such as Denya. He said that instead of using these nicknames, we should refer to them as Swamishi's Mukto. And while we're saying this, we should think, I am your Das. We can see that Swamiji has such a high level of respect for even the smallest of baraks. And this reminded me of a prasang that I've experienced at Mandir. At LA Mandir, there's a Haribhakt that goes by the name of Dr. Jatinbhai Shah. Every Sunday, Jatin Uncle is in charge of Sabha Vyavastha, and he goes out of his way to do a seva before and after Sabha. But every Sunday, there are baraks who mess up the arrangements on the stage or who mess up the chairs in the Sabha hall. But Jatin Uncle never gets angry at them. He simply calls them Swami Shri's Mukto and pagilags them. And so this made me think to myself, what's stopping me from having the same level of respect and mahima for everyone else at Mandir? What's stopping me from having the same level of respect for my fellow kishores? And a lot of times when we see negative things on social media or when we spend a lot of time with people, it becomes very easy to point out their flaws and to even judge them. And it only takes one person to judge someone's appearance or the way they talk or the way they dress for all of us to start joining in and doing the same. And so Swami Shri doesn't want this. Swami Shri wants us to look past all these negative traits that we may see and only highlight the positive virtues of this person. And so these prasangs inspired me to go out of my way and bow down and touch the feet of everyone I come across at Mandir, and even reach out to those I don't know that well to get to know them better and further develop that respect for them.
And finally, the place that we too often forget to be respectful is our own home with our own parents. Karikar surveyed Kishore-Kishoris about the relationship they had with their parents and what caused them to disrespect their parents. An overwhelming majority portrayed that sometimes they find it difficult to connect both spiritually and socially to their parents because of different backgrounds and different upbringings. Let's listen to Bhagwat Bhai Mehta. Originally from San Jose, Bhagwat Bhai is in the middle of a 7-year medical program at California North State University and attends the Mandir in Sacramento.
On February 3rd, 2006, Swamiji was in Atlanta. There, a Kishore by the name of Nikhil from Chicago came to visit Swamiji with his relatives. In Balmandal, Nikhil came to Balsabha regularly, but as a Kishore, he fell into some kusang and he became distant from Satsang. While talking to Swamiji talked about the detriments of kusang, but BAPA also mentioned, we want to become adarsh, study hard. Also, listen to your parents. Our parents have tolerated great hardships to raise us. When we were small, they cleaned up after us, even when we created a mess while sitting on their lap. We should do pranam to them daily, remember to obey them, and to do their seva. Today, God is sitting here, so take these niyams, and remember our meeting today by trying your best to be excellent. As we get older, we forget what our parents have done for us. We often take everything that they do for granted, and this can lead to disagreements. Furthermore, disagreements can stem from the fact that we were brought up in a different culture and environment from them. Despite this, we need to stay respectful and understand that everything that they do is with our best interest in mind. Simple ways that we can show respect to our parents is by doing Panchang Pranam after puja as per Pramukh Swami Maharaj and Mahan Swami Maharaj's wishes. We can also do chores around the house and listen to our parents when they tell us to do certain things. Personally, when I came back from college, I started setting the dinner table and offering to vacuum the house, and these simple actions have benefited my relationship with my parents tremendously. Moreover, it is important to consult parents for major decisions in life and to respect whatever they tell us. As teenagers, we believe that we know what is right for us, but the reality is that our parents have far more experience and can offer us guidance for our own personal gain. Just by respecting our parents like Swamiji wants, we will be able to improve our lives at home and follow our Satpurusha's merji.
When we look at our relationship with our parents, look at it like you would look at any case study. First, look at it objectively. They're from Generation X, or maybe they're older millennials. You're from Generation Z. Most likely, you're from different cultures. You have different life experiences. So you probably have different beliefs, even different political beliefs. Of course, they're not going to understand the video games that you play. For them, it's a distraction from your studies and a hindrance in your future. For you, it's time that you spend with your friends. So look at it subjectively. From their perspective, they try to remember being in your shoes 30 years ago, but they can't. They have your best interests at heart, but they're struggling to understand you. They're human, and so it's natural that they end up judging you. Before you end up comparing them to your friends' parents, who you think are perfect friends with their kids, remember that your parents will try to be your friends as well. But they won't stop there. They'll look out for your blind spot. They have that parental instinct. They're supposed to. They're your parents. And now assess the situation. When you were a small child, your parents helped you navigate through all the transitions of your childhood. Some of them you probably don't even remember. Now, you're in high school, or college, and your parents, they're the ones who need help. They need your help navigating through these transitions, these uncharted waters, and keeping your family united. So what should your plan be? To be respectful to your parents. Don't shut them out. Be courteous. Keep having positive and open dialogue. Do Ghar Sabha as per Swami Shri's Agna. Create as many memories as you can. If you spend time with your parents, you'll understand them. They'll understand you. They won't be shocked and surprised when you choose to study something that they didn't envision for you. And most importantly, spend more time thinking about what you have in common and less time dwelling about what is different between you. Mansai Maharaj often quotes President John F. Kennedy. He says that we're not here to curse the darkness, but to light a candle that will guide us through the darkness. There's so much to love and appreciate about our parents. Let's focus on that.
I appreciate my parents because no matter what mood I bring to them, whether it be sadness, happiness, or anger, they always have the same care for me, and they make sure that whatever I need is taken care of before whatever they need.
I appreciate my parents because they're there for you no matter what. Whether it be the good times where they rejoice at your happiness, or the bad times where they comfort you. They give you valuable advice in life to grow successful in your careers, and they're willing to do anything and everything for you.
I respect my parents because they always listen to me and provide me with proper and supportive guidance on any issues that I'm experiencing in any aspect of my life. I can always rely on them to help me push through any hardships that I'm experiencing, as they always remind me that I have Maharaj and Swami right by my side.
I appreciate my parents because they've raised me with good morals and values, and have given me sanskars that help me become a better person in all aspects of my life.
I appreciate my parents because they encourage me, support me, and help me to engrave a positive attitude. This makes me feel hopeful and see the best under every circumstances.
I appreciate my parents because of how loving and selfless they are, as well as how they have given me countless things and opportunities, things that they never grew up with, and how they continue to give, even if I cannot give anything comparable in return.
Today we talked about being respectful to Maharaj and Swami, to each other, and to our parents. None of us want to be disrespectful. It goes against our core values. We don't want our actions to clash with our values. We want them to align. But we are overcome with our emotions and swabhavs, and so the outcome becomes disrespect. During these times, remember our gurus. In situations where we would be frustrated and let our emotions get the best of us, the Satpurush continues to give respect. In 2001, Mahant Swami was speaking to a group of Baraks from North America. They had come for an India trip. They were in a shibir in Bochasan. All of them fell asleep in the lecture. Little did they know how hard Mahant Swami had worked on this presentation. Mahant Swami Maharaj had specifically halted his vichran. He'd gone to Nadyad Mandir. He'd called a cartoonist there to help him, and he created a special cartoon presentation for the Baraks. With a smile on his face, Mahant Swami Maharaj, he finished the presentation, even though the Baraks were sleeping, and he went off on his vichran. Where we would lose respect, the Satpurush doesn't stop giving respect, even to little kids. He sees Bal Ghansham in the hearts of Baraks. After 2 weeks, we were sending the kids off from Shaibag Mandir to the airport. And that day, Vishwasarup Swami received a letter addressed to the barracks. It was from Mahant Sai Maharaj. In that letter, Mahant Sai Maharaj apologized to the barracks for not doing better in his presentation. Truth be told, he had nothing to apologize for. I witnessed this presentation to the barracks. I was there. It was excellent. In scenarios where we lose respect because of our emotions and our swabhavs, the Satpurush inspires us by maintaining that respect. Let us pray that we can always stay respectful to Bhagwan and the Sant, respectful to each other, and respectful to our parents.